Hi, in this video we will see how to use the Ligo Debugger in VS Code. I will assume that you watched the previous video about how to install the Ligo plugin into VS Code. There are two different ways to use the debugger. The first way is a quick debugging using F5 shortcut. So when you use the F5 key shortcut, then it will open a prompt and it will ask you what is your module. So here we have a file with default module, so we use the current module 1. Then we select the entry point we want to test, boat in my case. Boat takes parameter that is a string. I will vote for the Pokemon Pikachu. And here is the initial storage for my driver. So here is an initial storage of a boot session, for example. So you see here that the debugger has started and is stopping on the first instruction by default. So what I can do is to go until the end. And here, for example, it says that this try run failed because my user is not registered, it's not part of the voter list. Okay, so this way of debugging is fast, but it's only for very simple contracts. We want to test something that is very simple. If I want to do something a bit more complex, like in my case, I want, for example, to set the sender address. Otherwise, I will always be blocked on the first instruction, the test here. I will use another way. It's a configuration file of VS Code. So this configuration file is a file named launch.json in my .vs Code folder. So here what I have done, I have a launch.json file in my .vs Code folder, and when I will run the debugger, it will find by convention this file, and it will, if I run it, it will run by default my first configuration here. Let's do that. So here I press F5 and it's asking me my default module, so I use the current module. It is stopping still in the first instruction, and I will continue. And this time it went until the end. So why is because I force the sender address of my transaction here. Let's have a look on the configuration file. So like I said, by default, you will run the first configuration if I press F5. And here I say that my file is my contract permission simple.js.ligo. My entry point would be vote. My parameter will be the string Pikachu, and my storage is here my initial storage. And in my initial storage, I register Alice address inside of the voter list. Inside the global environment variable, if you want, I set the source to Alice address too. So this way, I'm sure that my test will pass the first line because Alice is part of the voter list. You can change other settings, like you see here. You can change what is the date, the level in the blockchain, the level of the block in the blockchain, the amount you are passing to the transaction, and voting power of the user, etc., etc. So if I want to run another configuration, so another driver, I can go on the debug tab of VS Code here, and I can see that I have two tests on my list, and I can run second line if you want. So you see here I'm passing a non option here, so it's a test to fail, so I'm expecting that it will raise an exception. And I can't, like I was expecting, that the option does not exist. Okay, now I want to show you for the people, for developers that are using Takeria framework, there is a way also to reuse the Takeria configuration files. So I will comment my launcher.json, and I will use another one that is for Takeria. So if you use already Takeria, you know you have the contract file, but you have also two other files. One is for the initial storage when you will deploy your contract, and you can have several configuration inside depending on your environment. And also you have the parameter configuration file, and inside is a kind of a list of parameters for doing dry run. So here the trick is to include all the Takeria configuration files in only one. So I created a new file here, runner.js Ligo. That is including my contract file and the two Takeria configuration files. I come back to my launch.json configuration. Here I change the contract by my new file, the runner contract, that is including all the files. In the parameter, I will point this time into a variable that is declared in JS Ligo. So here, for example, this variable is declared in the parameter configuration. You can see here is a string. And for the storage, also I will use a variable defined in Takeria. And this. The rest of the configuration is the same. So let's run this Takeria version. So the result is the same. So what is very important here is that you can reuse variable in JS Ligo. So if I have something complex, I don't use risky string values. I reuse the JS Ligo syntax, and I'm pretty sure that what I'm passing is correct. The second advantage is that I reuse the Takeria configuration files. So it's normally something that if I use Takeria, I did already, and I don't have to duplicate and do doublons of dry runs. Okay, so now we have seen the different way of launching a dry run. Let's have a look on the debugger features. I can set some breakpoints. So when I run the debugger, I have access to common step commands. So you have continue, step over, step into, step out, step back, reverse, restart, and stop. Also, you have access to the variable values on the stack on the left panel. So here, for example, my option pass on parameter is Pikachu. I can see it here. Also, I can pass over variable inside of my source file. You see, I can see a source value here directly on my code. I continue. I can check also the value of my variable user after it has been executed. Okay, so actually there are only two limitations today on this debugger. The first one is that you cannot interact with other contracts, so you would have to debug and run different contracts at the same time. So it only works for the moment for only one contract. And the second one is that tickets are partially supported by the debugger. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.